Well, morally ambiguous characters are kind of the rage these days. What kind of things do you kind of need from him to be able to connect to him, or what have you kind of discussions have you had with the writers to kind of make sure that he's coming across the way that everyone intends?
Um, I think, like, firstly, if you're playing a character, well, any character you play, I think you have to find some empathy or some sympathy towards that character as to why they are the person they are. And why they do what they do. Not to excuse them, but to understand why they make those choices. Um, for me, when I read the pilot script, I kind of fell in love with him a little bit. I understood him, and I understood the way he communicates in life. He uses a lot of humor, um, but also like a lot of people who use humor in life, it's kind of a mask covering up, you know, the tears of a clown. But I think to try and make them as human as possible. You know, none of his choices that he makes are to hurt people. They're just the choices that he makes because he's in a very selfish point in his life. And I think the medication that he takes for himself helps him sort of aquaplane through life. He's kind of quite happy being that far above the surface. Anytime he touches, then that's when it kind of resonates with him, and he has to think about things and the consequences of things. But I think he's a good guy. He just makes some bad choices.
Have there been any choices so far that have been just really hard for you to play and empathize with?
Uh, not hard to play. The strange thing is when you're shooting over concentrated period.
Hmm.
The strange thing is that these choices become normal things for me. And then it's only when you take a step back you go, oh my God, what did I just do? And so I think it's never hard to play. And again, that comes back to kind of understanding the choices that he's made. But there there are things that certainly will be shocking when I watch back. Put it that way.